As some of you guys might already know, me and Harry have our own podcast. We started about a year ago now, and this video I'm just going to talk you through how we make the podcast, because some of you guys wanted to see that on this channel. So it's going to be a behind the scenes, how we make our podcast, which is called Bot Rambles. So obviously the podcast, we talk about theme parks and we talk about rides, we have guests on. We also started doing mini episodes. The first week it'll be a normal episode, which is about 40 minutes or an hour long, and then the next week it'll be a mini-sode, so that's about 20 minutes, half an hour. And they're kind of different to make each one. With the guest episodes, obviously it's a bit different because we have a guest on, so we just basically call them and record the podcast with them like that. But the main process is the same for all of them. We obviously start off by choosing a topic that we're going to cover. You guys send in quite a lot of topic ideas for us a lot of the time, and we tend to pick ones that you guys want to hear, just so you know we're making stuff that you guys actually want to listen to. So once we picked our topic, we send out some tweets and ask for questions from you guys about the topic that we're talking about, and you guys always send in loads of stuff for us to talk about. We always do a poll as well, just for a bit of a different kind of way to talk about the topic. So at the end of the episode we talk about the poll, and then once we've done all the social media questions, etc., we basically just sit down and talk about the topic. We record using microphones, and then I edit what we've recorded. So we record more than we actually put out in the podcast. We'll be there recording for longer than the actual episode, but then I go through and edit all of it so that there's no big gaps, and we cut some bits out here and there. It depends how it's been recorded. We record the podcast and I edit it using Audition, which is actually a really useful piece of software. And yeah, I just basically cut out any big gaps. Sometimes I switch stuff around. It depends how the conversation has flowed throughout the episode. And then once it's edited, I make the videos for social media. So I take a clip from the episode and I put that into After Effects and basically make an audio spectrum so that in the video form you can see the audio, and I make the clips so that they can go onto social media once the episodes have come out. So that takes a while to do. Editing, it can be quick or slow depending on how much stuff I've got to move around, but basically it will take about the same time to listen to it as to edit it. So I'm basically playing along with the podcast and editing as I go, so it doesn't take longer than it would to listen to it, if that makes sense. There are some cases where we've had to do a lot of jiggling around with the order, but that's quite rare. Normally it's pretty straightforward, we just cut out bits as you go along. Once I've made all the social media videos, I make one for Twitter and one for Instagram. Once they're done, I upload the podcast to our website as a draft, so it's ready to go for the Friday. I fill out all the details, all the descriptions, and all the information needed for when it goes onto iTunes and other podcast apps. I fill out all of that, and then it's ready to go. And then on the Friday, I can just press upload and it's gone and it's ready. Harry normally helps me out with the YouTube side of things because my laptop does not like editing a 1 hour video, even though it's just a still image and then audio over the top. It just cannot handle it. So Harry normally makes the YouTube video for our channel. We upload that so that it's ready to go on the Friday as well. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Essentially, we just record, edit and upload. It does take quite a bit of time, but it's not as bad as editing a video because obviously you're only worried about the audio. So it's easier to cover stuff up if there's things that went wrong. iTunes basically does it all for us. Once it's on there, we don't have to worry about it anymore. It just goes to all the different podcast apps so everyone can listen to it. So once we've uploaded it to our website, we're pretty much done and it's dispersed everywhere for us. But yeah, that's pretty much how we make the podcast. If you guys haven't already listened to it, check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video. We have a YouTube, it's on iTunes and all the other apps like that, like Spotify or whatever your Android podcast app is. You can also check it out on the website. On there you can send us your own voice message that we can answer, and always just look out for our tweets because we're constantly asking for questions, and so you can get involved that way. But yeah, that's how we make the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. Bye!